Should we start the show, or should we keep talking about whatever we want to talk about?
Retweet the show or repost it.
Oh yes, to Lana's. I haven't even seen the count lately. What, up to 100,000 yet?
No,
Getting there.
64.
Oh, sorry, 60,000.
100,000. What is that?
Oh, you'll be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I told you the one time I saw you were
subscribers.
like 20 something. Now you're at 60. So it's getting up there. So I started kind of today with like, there seems like a couple of topics to talk about. And then of course, something new pops up, and then I'm thinking to myself, oh shit, there's like a bunch of shit that I wanted to at least play some clips on. So I've got a load of clips. If you look down here, Lana, you can see it. The audience can't, but we have a lot of clips. Some we may get to, some we may not. But we're going to start with some breaking news, and it's probably not breaking news at this point, but
it's been on 3 news cycles already.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I say there's probably something happening again. There's something happening right now that's probably legit breaking news, but this is old news now. A judge ruled Tuesday that Donald Trump committed fraud for years while building the real estate empire that catapulted him to fame and the White House. By the way, that really is as old of news as you could. Now it's just official through a court system, but that has been news. I've been talking for years about the fraudulent businessman that Donald Trump has been, and always will be. Judge Arthur Engoron, ruling in a civic lawsuit brought by New York City Attorney General Letitia James, found that the former president and his company deceived banks, insurers, and others by massively overhauling his assets and exaggerating his net worth on paperwork used in making deals and securing financing. Engoron ordered that some of Trump's business licenses be rescinded as punishment, making it difficult or impossible for them to do business in New York, and said that he will continue to have an independent monitor oversee the Trump Organization operations. Trump, of course, says he did nothing wrong, but in essence, I mean, that never. But in essence, that means that Donald Trump Jr., Eric Trump, and the rest of the morons associated with the Trump Organization can no longer do business in the state of New York, where he is from, where he made his fraudulent millions of dollars. Lana, and I'd like to point out that this guy is by far the leading candidate for the Republican Party.
Yes, I mean all of that. So, and not only that, his business are going to be dissolved. So not only can he not do any more businesses, the businesses that he has now, they're going to be dissolved. They're done.
So just so I'm clear, because I don't know if you saw, like Trump Tower, that's done. Is it?
Yes, they have to hire, or not hire, but appoint a special attorney or someone to oversee the dissolution of his LLCs, his organizations. I mean, he should be used to this. He got in trouble for using his charities as a personal piggy bank and can't ban from philanthropy, him and his kids. Like you said, this has just been, he's been a sexual assaulter and a fraudulent businessman for decades.
And a sexual assaulter that has been shown in court by one woman. Sexual assault is a pretty, serious allegation, but
they said it's rape. Like the judge said, it's rape.
Yeah.
It's just because of New York laws.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, the way they word it.
Yeah. So as again, this story in, I don't know, 5 years ago, no, not even 5, let's say 7, 8 years ago, would be a story that would be on everybody's minds. Every single American would be talking about it. It would be all over the place. And it's almost, because this was one of the first prosecution actually cases that was brought against Donald Trump. Now, this is a civil suit. It's not it's not a criminal lawsuit. And Letitia James is seeking $250 million in damages, which will be determined in another trial that is upcoming in the next few days. But this, because this happened first, and there's been 4 subsequent to that, and that doesn't even include the rape trial. It's almost treated as if like this was on Judge Judy. It's just like a regular case that was on.
Right. And like you said, he's the front runner.
But I mean,
Republican Party.
It's like it's almost
points.
like he ran out of the gate and everybody else just stayed in there. That's how far ahead he is. Although I can't see Donald Trump outrunning anybody, but it's shocking to me. And we'll probably jump all over the place a little bit here. I always like to write things down in a certain order, but sometimes it just doesn't work that way. The fact that he has such a lead against all these other, now, be honest, honestly, the candidates that he's running against, there's really nothing there to like, you at one point we thought Ron DeSantis was the guy, and now I swear, Lana, before we even came on there, I literally almost forgot about Ron DeSantis.
Right.
It's amazing.
It is, because he really is a little Trump, but why would anyone want a little Trump when they have the big Trump?
Well, the funny thing is, and I think the reason why there was a possibility that he could have made some headway in this race is that if you remember a year ago or whatever, when they did some preliminary polls, Ron DeSantis in some polls was slightly ahead of Donald Trump. Right. And that's when Donald Trump decided to attack. He was like, okay, this guy thinks he's going to come after me. And this was before he even ran. This is before he even announced he was going to run. So that probably gave DeSantis a little bit of like sticking out his chest and I can actually beat this guy. Now he's not even beating Chris Christie.
Like, how do you beat
or Vivek Ramaswamy?
How do you beat them if you can't attack them?
That's the saddest part. And then he tried to do it a little bit later, and it just came across as manufactured. It just doesn't seem genuine, especially from a guy who literally had commercials with his kid about building the wall, Donald Trump, and now he just all the major donors are going away. It sounds like all the major donors are going away from a lot of candidates because they're kind of like, why am I spending this money? I mean, none of these people have a chance.
Right. Wow. Republicans have not had what we would call a decent candidate in years. I mean, like Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Herschel Walker?
Yeah.
Dr. Oz?
And again, the thing that is, yeah, I mean, they have some cuckoo clocks that are Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren Boebert, ones who actually won.